All right, welcome back to the Squeeze Zone. This is going to be our week 3 recap, and I'm your host, Vaughn English. We're going to get through this. Promise not to do another 12-minute video. All right, AZZ, this one was a miss. I predicted a dump on this one. This one popped up. We went from 49.40 all the way up to 51.71, so that was a miss. Next up, we got Cenex Corp. This one I got right prior to earnings. It was 86.90. I predicted a jump up to 91.68. We hit 89.91, so not too far off. Next up, we got Simulation Plus. This one I had predicted a pump after earnings. We got a small one. Went from 82.32 to 84.46 before the whole market kind of dropped at the end of the week. Next up, we got Limoneira. Limoneira, this was another win. Predicted a pump from $17.29. I was predicting $17.90. We hit $17.80. Next up, we got Kura Sushi. This was a complete surprise. I can't believe this one just rallied like crazy. This one was a miss. I predicted a dump on this one. This one actually went all the way up to $21.73 after earnings. Next up, we got Albertsons. Albertsons prior to earnings was sitting at $16.61. I predicted a drop. We did hit $16 after earnings. Organigram, I had a pretty aggressive drop on this one. It did not drop quite that far. We dropped from $1.70 down to $1.51. Next up, we got KB Home. KB Home, this was another win. Predicted a pump on this one. This was definitely one of our bigger wins this week. We went from 33.04 to 37.79. That was a win. I initially predicted 36.45 after earnings. Exfo, this one was another miss. A couple of our penny stocks this week were a little harder to predict. This one hit $4.11 after earnings. This one was a miss. I predicted it was going to drop. Next up, we got Concrete Pumping Holdings. This was another one that I missed on. Expected it to drop, but instead it jumped right after earnings. We went from $4.40 to $5.14. Next up, we got Afria. Afria, the wheat stocks this week had a huge week. Both Tilray and Afria are up massively. So this was definitely one of our biggest winners. Prior to earnings, it was at $8.57. I predicted $10, and we hit $12.20. There was a lot of good news that came out of that earnings report. Next up, we got BlackRock. BlackRock, I had predicted a pretty aggressive pump after earnings. We did not get that. Prior to earnings, we were sitting at $756. I was aiming for $833. We only got up to $788. Still a win, though. Still a win. Delta. Delta's a weird one. While I was right that it was going to drop after earnings, it rallied so much that this week that the price target was completely off. So even though we hit 42.66, it did drop after earnings, so I was technically right about the dump, but not even remotely close to the price target on that one. Next up, we got First Republic Bank of San Francisco. This was another win. I predicted it would drop from $161 down to $144. We didn't quite get that far because it did rally quite a bit before its earnings, but we did hit $151 after earnings. Next up, we got JP Morgan. JP Morgan, this one was another win. We were looking at $136 prior to earnings. After earnings, we hit $142 and then drops right after that. Next up, we got Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo was another win. Predicted a drop from $33 down to $30. We hit $31.83 instead. Once again, we had quite the rally, so price target was a little bit off just because the price was already so much higher, but still right about how it was going to react to the earnings. I mean, I did the predictions last Sunday. It's kind of hard to predict exactly how the earnings are going to go 5 days away. But if I had done that the night before, definitely would have told you to watch out. It was going to drop. Next up, we got Citigroup. Citigroup is another win. Citigroup are predicted to drop. Once again, had quite the rally. So we still dropped, and we still dropped below where the price was on the previous Sunday. We were at $65. I was aiming for 60. We got down to 64. You can still see we had nearly a $5 drop, which was about what I was predicting. So still kind of as a win because we did stay under the price from the previous Sunday. And last up, we got PNC. This was another dump. I was expecting an $11 dump, which we did get an $11 drop. We got $162 down to 154. So not quite 11, but still quite the drop. So that's a lot of wins this week. That leaves us it's 13 out of 17 for the week. So that's still another 75% accuracy. Not quite as good as last week with the 80%. Yeah. Keep an eye out for the next round of predictions coming out a little bit later tonight. I'm going to try and start getting these recaps out on Saturday. Anyways, don't buy and sell stocks based on what you hear. Do your own research before you invest. And thanks for stopping by the Squeeze Zone. We'll see you at the predictions, and we'll see you at next week's recap.